Alright, we are recording, continuing and going medieval. Use originally provided by Tinsley PR for review purposes. It was with Irregular Corporation, but it seems Foxy Voxel is taking care of it all on their own now. Which, hey, good for them. Okay, what have I got? What do I got for news? Not too much, and one thing I can add on to there was, and Chris has a video on the OCC main channel, so that'd probably be better. Just seeing some of the reports of issues with the RTX 5090, which, like, one person that I think it was at the power connector melted, which we'd seen the 40 series. I think it was 40 series. But as I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one place point out, yeah, the dude was going between the 4090 and 5090 for testing purposes, so it was likely the jostling back and forth there of the cables that led to that failure. I think there were some other things as well where it's like, yeah, chances are a lot of this is just from, just there can be some issues kind of stuff, or just weird edge cases. Well, I think that's a good thing that it decomposed. What do I want to do? Oh, okay. Just getting there now. Came in and immediately ran off. That's a little funny. Okay, so got enough of that. Let me look at this. Okay, so I still got plenty of storage here for things. That's good. I'm honestly just trying to think, what all can I do? Are there any more buildings that would be fun to try to make? Just... it seems like the only thing you really do is just try to, like, build out more of these apartments here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I'd like to try doing right here, but nothing really coming to mind. Yep, so let's just get this stuff going. Although I did just realize I don't know how wide I need this to be. Oh, hang on. I'm so very confused. Goes from -2 to 2. This is at 2.9. And it's red, which is down there. Yeah, I mean, the scale is all broken. Oh, no, that's interesting. So it likes these? Why doesn't it like this? It's identical. I have no idea. But it still is. Let's build up another of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only need 9 because shared wall. No. That will be fancy. Right there. No. There we go. Okay. So that'll get going. Okay. Anyway, yeah, with the 5090 stuff, it seems my general take, and I've not looked too closely at it, I will fully admit, you should be able to look at Chris's video. It's just, yeah, there are some teething pains, but nothing too out of the ordinary for it, really, and the bigger concern is the whole can't really find one things to buy. Yeah, so the other thing I've got is a couple things with AMD. Apparently, and I haven't looked too closely at this either, sorry. I've been busy with other things. But apparently 90% of Zen 5 sales, at least consumer sales, have been for the 9800X 3D. So the X3D variants are, that X3D variant is exceedingly popular. Which in some ways, isn't that surprising? Because it's one of those things where people would have been waiting for that, right? And it's also like, my test system is 5800X 3D. Realistically, if I wanted to build a new test system, if I wanted to upgrade from that, I would want it to stick with an X3D. The thing is, the 7800X 3D, wasn't that the name of it? I think so. Did improve things, yes, but I think that there was also some pointing out that it had, the heating issue. Well, it could heat up a lot. But that's something that they managed to resolve by changing the design of things in the stack, how the CPU is mounted, but how the CPU is placed relative to where the 3D cache is. Right? Okay, that's also set up good. So that's really neat and would make the 9800X 3D the superior part, because then you don't have the thermal issue. So I could just see being a lot of people that were at the 5800X 3D or a comparable class at the time, and deciding, yeah, we're just going to wait until we have something there to improve upon, and now we have that. But it's still, if 90% of the sales are that, I don't think that's just people that finally felt they had something worthwhile to upgrade to. That might be other things as well, which will make the future interesting. Because will AMD take this as we need to focus more on like making 3D V-cache the norm. Like I could potentially see, and I'm not saying this is something they will do, but I could see somebody suggesting there, how about we make it every Ryzen 7 CPU and above, because there's also Ryzen 9, but every Ryzen 7 has 3D V-cache. So we just make it part of that. Ryzen 5 maybe mixed, but certainly Ryzen 3 wouldn't. Because it does add to the cost, it does add to the complexity. But yeah, I could see something like that potentially being a thing. Think. Yeah, there. Doing one. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens. The other thing is apparently the RX 9070 is supposed to arrive in early March, and I think I also saw something that we will be getting full details, quote unquote, soon. Yeah, I don't know. One thing though that I will add, because of people being like, why'd they jump up to 9,000? Why not 8,000? Technically, there were 8,000 in mobile parts, whatever. But they've done something like this before. Which one was it? Where they skipped some numbers, but it like had it then align with the CPU. So it's like, oh yeah, that's probably why. But there's also an issue with the number 8, like a superstition in China, and so I think that 8s have been avoided. But then they do also have the 9800 CPU, but they did skip the 8. Well, no, they didn't skip the 8000 series. That was a mobile only. I mean, it's just I know it's weird, but it's like I think it's more reasonable that there are other reasons for the jump to 90 like that. It is odd that they decided to adopt the NVIDIA semantics for the numbers, though. I got nothing. I mean, in theory, they want not confusion, but some coherence across AMD and NVIDIA, so that way it's the 70 level that you are looking for. It's like, okay, but I think people can understand the whole just getting 7. Looking for the number 7 in there. That's not the first number. Maybe it's just me. But there's also, I kind of doubt AMD wants to go to a 10 series anyhow. Like 10,000 anything. So they're probably going to have to come up with a new naming strategy next gen anyhow. Oh, that's also potentially another reason that I could see them going to 9. Is if this is the, and I can't remember, but I feel like it has been said that this is the RDNA 4 is the last one. We're not going to get RDNA 5. They're going to go to UDNA. So that may also be a time they completely change the name. Kind of like how when they went fully to GCN, we went from the HD 7000 series to the R9 and such series. R9 200. Yes. The R9 7950 and 7970 were both GCN, but they were part of the 7000 series. The R9 200 series one was the first time. I think they were all GCN. I don't quite remember. Yeah, but then they did R9 200, R9 300. Then they went to RX 400, RX 500, and then it was still RX. But then I'm trying to remember what it was that the original Navi was RDNA 1. Boy, well, right now it's 7. That's 3. So yeah, it would have been RX 5000 series, then, wasn't it? It's 6, yeah. Anyway, weird. Just any corporate naming of things like that is going to be weird. Let's be honest. They always are. But will be interesting to see details. Some stuff that I have seen is that supposedly, like, pricing was going to be really high, but then they were surprised by what NVIDIA did. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? I think that's nonsense. I think that's absolute nonsense. For one thing, I don't think that AMD would have been silly enough to potentially price that thing at $900. I mean, it's like there's no reason to believe that NVIDIA would have brought their 70 series up to that level. So no, there's no way that makes any sense. Absolutely rejected. And personally, I don't even think that it has to do with pricing, that we got this weird delay until March when it was expected in January. I really don't know. Could I believe that they were potentially mispricing it originally? Yes. I can't believe that. But the idea that it's by that much, no. That's what I reject. The heck? Dude, this isn't your room. What are you doing? I want to change out the bed for one of these, so kind of want to just, once she gets up, get rid of that and put one in. When does she get up? Right now. Perfect. You know what? We'll just do that. And I don't think it will let me do this. Yeah. Because it can't recognize that. I mean, in-place replacement would be an amazing feature to have. But anyhow. In-place upgrades. Wait, because I'd also change out these. Oh yeah, what is... Oh, not that one. This one? This one. Again, this is a lower static. Well, hang on. Turn that. Well, that is true. I don't have a bug in here. But just turning these torches on. No, maybe that is... Come on. Yeah, once I get a bug in there, though, it'll be better. But no, my guess with the 9070, they should have been thinking around $600 originally, or a little bit lower. But it is also true, pricing is one of the last things decided on. Also reminds me, when was that? Was that during this week or was it last week? They had seen a thing, that supposedly that there's going to be some new revolution with the way chips are manufactured that may see prices drop considerably. I don't know. I was just thinking about technically the 9070, and even the 5090 might not be that hard to manufacture, might not be that expensive to manufacture, though for the 5090 it would definitely come down to yields. But is the whole, sometimes things are just priced where, you know, they want... You sometimes price things high so that when people spend that money, they feel good that they spent the money, because it must be worth this much. It is weird, but it is how some things work. And in some... I mean, yeah, some of it is that. Some of it is also just it comes down to binning. This is considered modest? The heck? Thing. These are all... I do not understand the aesthetic system. Which is fine. Last thing I have, and wow, this is potentially going to be a short video. I'm okay with that. I actually do have something coming up that I need to be... have an appointment, real-life appointment that I need to take care of. Is also, I do not know what all I want to do in here. I mean, I guess I could try to start mining salt or something. Probably up here. Like, emptying out this stuff. Did see the news that apparently Rooster Teeth is going to try to come back. That was last year. But I'm trying to remember who it is that bought that. At one point it was AT&T, but I think it got shuffled from that. Anyway, that got shut down last year. And I used to watch Rooster Teeth stuff, but stopped years ago. And it's like basically one of the original people bought at least the name again. I don't know if they also bought up the content for it, because that is one thing that is weird with some of the stuff, and it's one of those, the internet is not forever. It really isn't, because once whoever had it, I'm pretty sure that they did shut down or at least they may have. I'm actually not sure. Let me try looking. But I do know that in some cases when a channel like that is purchased, it ends up getting a lot of its content actually taken down then. Oh, no, it looks like it might still be up. What? I'm just looking at Achievement Hunter. Or did Achievement Hunter get spun off? Because some of this is saying 4 months ago, and it's been longer than that. Hasn't it? A lot of it's just saying 4 months ago. Wait a minute. I wonder... Okay, there's enough of this that's saying 4 months ago. I'm suspecting this was like stuff got re-uploaded or something like that. Anyway. It still is. I know that there have been some places where once the channel was shut down, like corporate level, that meant that the content also disappeared then. Because it's like it's weird. It's almost like, well, because there may have been ad revenue that was coming into somewhere. Once that somewhere shut down, then it's like, well, we can't have any ad revenue. Well, we can't have anything there. It's like that. Yeah. And it's also just generally in internet is not forever. I mean, it's like how I've been buying up some classic television. Well, to me, classic. And I actually even ordered some stuff that'll be here, movies that'll be here this weekend or next week. So yeah, some of that, it's not even streaming. So no, and they're out of print as well. So it's, the internet is not forever. If nothing else, you have to be concerned with it, with people deciding that we're just not going to offer something anymore. I'm gonna expand this. Because they feel that it won't make them money to have it sitting in a warehouse. Or it's say, yeah, this isn't of interest to us, so we're not going to keep it on a server for streaming, and just the rights get confused. Who owns it and who can do what with it? Yeah. And so it is just a shame, because there is a lot of culture that is being lost because of things like that. And at the same time, it is... I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. It's not only lost, but people don't even realize it's disappearing. Because they don't know that it was there to begin with, kind of thing. But yeah, anyway. Apparently, at least the brand name is being resurrected, which, I mean, honestly, I don't care. I stopped watching before they were shut down. I mean, it was kind of yeah, that's disappointing that getting shut down, since that means that so much of that content will no longer be produced and available for other people, but really stopped being all that entertaining to me. And also, I mean, for me, the main reason why I stopped was at one point they basically broke their schedule, so it broke my habit to just see what they put out on different days of the week and then watching that. So it's like, well, I don't care anymore, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Wish them well, but it's been long enough since it shut down that everyone would have moved on to other things. Would have needed to, so. But it's also one of those things, I was like, today, when Rooster Teeth started, they were early in, I mean, they predate YouTube, or at least YouTube being mainstream. So, to then, sorry, my brain just partially turned off again. It's a different, like, they succeeded for as long as they did in the YouTube era, in part because they already had the people with habits watching. You know, they already had that brand established. But then it would have reached the point of they wouldn't be able to compete. It was just people wanting to see what they've done most recently, and so come back for that. I'm starting to think I should try building a second location. I just don't know to what end. What would be kind of neat is if you do a hunting lodge kind of thing in here, but I don't think you can. I should actually like try to set up sending out a caravan. Yeah, a caravan. Wait, how do I do that? Is it here? Sure, because it's close. Where are the dogs? You know what? Sure, Wolf can go with you. Wow, they really need... This is just very badly done. There, that should be fine. You... Sure. You can spot that bed in here, I'll send that. Wait, how many of these are not, like, equipped? I should also check on food. Wow, that's just silliness. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's potentially letting me sell things that are attached to people. Right, there, that should be fine. Alright, I'll keep the good stuff for myself, literally. Oh wow, I actually have flawless somehow. Just take a bunch of that with you. Okay. Wow, I can still sense... So oh wait, yeah, where's the bed? We should definitely be able to bring the bed. Isn't this annoying? where is the bed? Or am I just not allowed to carry that for whatever reason? I mean, I know it would be a single thing, but it's also like I can't leave this and go check. Yeah. Quality bed. Whatever. Um. Yeah. So as I was saying, wish them well, but I have a feeling that it won't succeed unless they have come up with a different formula for their work and how they want to work. Why is anything here forbidden? That's just weird that anything here is forbidden. Anyhow, how are jobs looking? Like anything? Is that construction? No, cut plants, it's hot. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, it's a different world than it was when it started, and honestly, I don't know what it is that makes YouTube succeed anymore. Plus, I've been seeing stuff that apparently the algorithm has changed heavily. That's going to be interesting. And apparently now it focuses less on continuing to give you what you're interested in, but more what YouTube's general viewing populace as a whole is interested in. Which, yeah. That is almost certainly where a YouTube competitor may be able to have some success, is just coming up with a better algorithm that better gives people what it is that they are interested in. Okay, that's not what I want. But then there's also the whole, seeing people talk about how, even though they're subscribed, they don't get notifications. I mean, YouTube is in such a weird and screwed up state. But it's the dominant platform. So it is what it is. Yeah, hopefully somebody will eventually be able to compete and have an algorithm that better just gives you what you're interested in. I mean, or even just, separate out into two things. It's like, show me the recommendations that are because I'm interested in this, and that by my viewing habits, and give me a thing that's just popular overall. And, whatever the mix is between there, or even just, there's something for you. Let you set the mix yourself. That would be really neat, but doubtful it'll happen. Well, no, I take that back. It could happen. It's just, how do you overcome the behemoth? Kind of a question. Yeah, I think this will be the last day in here. Oh, that's good. Yeah, and this is another thing. It should tell me how many I have of these things back at the base, back at my settlement. Don't worry, I'm not interested in selling any of the things. Any of the animals. Yeah, some of this is I'm just going to try to get rid of my own stuff. Oh, I thought I threw over more than just 10 herbs. Oh well. The packaged meal was to eat. Nope, no, not selling the wolf. As well, throw that over. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no. They stole some more, so I can try to sell them a little bit more without having to get into bartering. Now it's more than they can afford. Okay. It's not like I need that much gold, but at least it does get rid of some of the stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, what at this point? Some of it is definitely personality that determines YouTube's success. Some is also topic. Topic's weird, though, because topic is such a slave to trends. Like, if somebody tried to start a new YouTube channel today, say focus on Star Wars, probably wouldn't be a lot of interest because Star Wars brand is not in good shape. Same thing with Star Trek. Well, probably the same thing with comics as well. That one would be a little trickier, though. Because, I mean, there are still comics being produced, and there's some people that do like them that don't recognize how they had been, how comics were, basically what classic comics are. Because they're not as easy to find, to get as classic movies or classic television. Because, I mean, there are entire channels on broadcast, so free to watch, that are just classic television, that are just classic movies. The one thing I have seen that is hilarious to me is how some of the streamers are starting to realize that, oh, broadcast television actually knew what they were doing. And like the idea of having procedural shows. And actually, I decided to do something. Should work. Will it work? Hey, it worked. I got a webcam that, because mainly for my other channel that I've been focusing on, and also just because the laptop webcam doesn't have the best light sensitivity. That has much better. But yeah, it is kind of funny to me how streaming sites have figured out that, oh yeah, the whole ad model of broadcast television worked. It's like, yeah, that's why it lasted for decades and decades, and is still going on. It's taken some hits because of streaming, but realistically, I feel that what some of these places should do for streaming is, especially if it is they have their own they also have a channel, so like Paramount Plus kind of thing. You can put pilots for shows on streaming, see if they catch on. You can do the broadcast for normal stuff, and then just use the streaming for video on demand. But go ahead and leave the ads in, especially if that means it can be free. Yeah, it is funny how they're starting to realize that, yeah, that model worked, we should keep to it. Anyway, by the way, the laptop is here, that's why I'm looking over here. See you next time.